Hundreds and thousands of people met in Mexico City today to overthrow their government, and yet there's no mention about this in the mainstream media, of course. As you can see here, people gathered in the square in Mexico City, and right here in the middle, that big fire that you see is actually an effigy of Mexico President Pendejo. Sorry, Peña Nieto. His name's Peña Nieto. Sorry. Here's more pictures of President Pendejo. And the people of Mexico are really pissed and are calling for this man to step down, and they're calling for a new government for many reasons. This all comes back to 43 students that were murdered by the police and drug cartels that were working together. Many people don't know this, but these were leftist socialist students that tried to overtake 2 buses. Police came, killed some of them on the spot, captured 43 of them, and then brought them to drug cartels that are very inwoven in the government there and had them murdered. They had one person tortured where they ripped off the skin off his entire body and plucked his eyeballs out and left him in the street for the public to see, to send a message that the protesters should stop their actions. Now, President Pendejo here, he is tied in to the oligarchs. A lot of people are pointing fingers at him. He recently came back from Mexico, and he says that he can and he will use police force to stop the protesters, to stop this movement from moving forward. There's a lot of news that people aren't covering that's very important. A lot of people in Mexico are pointing to agent provocateurs, people who are authorities, people who are federal agents or police agents who dress up as local protesters, incite violence, cause violence to occur, destroy private property, and then use that as an excuse for the police to come in and to totally take down the entire protest because the public is demanding it. They're pointing at this man who says was inciting violence at many other protests, and he is the man who actually lit the palace, the presidential palace in Mexico City. The doors were set on fire by this man. And later, the riot police came in, and this man was hiding behind the riot police. Clear signs of agent provocateurs using violence and destruction of private property as a way to demonize an entire movement. And yet again, no one's talking about this. The mainstream media in Mexico is just as bad as the mainstream media here in the United States. There was another incident 6 days ago where Mexican authorities were already illegally surveilling the University of Mexico City and were taking pictures of students there. The students asked the police to stop taking the photos, and then there was an altercation between the police and the protesters, leaving students to be shot. So 2 students got shot. 1 dog got shot too. Luckily, all 3 of them survived, and the protesters beat the crap out of the 4 police officers and burned down the police car that they came in. The police then came in with 500 riot police officers, and again, this is just 6 days ago. No one else is even reporting this. And 6 days ago, 500 police officers came into the university in Mexico City, and protesters hid away. And this is all done by President Pendejo. As you can see, President Pendejo is stepping up repression against this movement to overthrow the government. And many people are pissed at him. He's connected to the mainstream media. He's connected to many different actresses. His wife is an actress that's connected with other mainstream medias. They're multimillionaires. They spent $20 million on renovating the presidential plane. They live in $1-million mansions. Meanwhile, people in Mexico earn about $4 an hour working every day. And this is the President Pendejo's Facebook page, with people demanding that he step down on virtually every picture or comment and every post he makes. People are on there demanding that President Pendejo step down. They're saying the problem is systemic, that drug cartels not only work with local police departments but also the federal government, and how this huge series of corruption this huge series of just misappropriation of wealth of these people just living and ruling people without any accountability is pissing the people of Mexico off, and they're revolting. And yet no one else is talking about these very important developments that's happening right now. The clash between President Pendejo and the people of Mexico is happening now. It's intensifying right now, and it shall be interesting to see where it will take the country of Mexico. Now, there's other protests happening around the world that no one else is talking about, especially in the mainstream media. Here, of course, we never hear about the protests that are happening right now in Burma, in Greece, in Brazil, in Italy, in Hungary, in Prague, in Macedonia. No one in the U.S. mainstream media is talking about all these revolutions, these protests, these movements of people that are coming together, resisting oppression and injustice. And there's a reason. They don't want you to know that. The elites, the people who are in charge of the mainstream media, don't want you to know about how other people are coming together all over the world to demand truth and justice and equal representation from their government. It's a story that you will only hear on this YouTube channel, so don't forget to click like and subscribe if you thought this video was helpful. I wish I could be in all these places reporting to you on the ground. I will be soon with your help and your support. So again, it means a lot when you click that like button. We're going to have a lot more videos coming your way, so don't forget to subscribe.